Hey there, everyone. My name is Marco Antonio, and thank you for joining me on Marco Antonio Strategizes. Today, I wanted to talk to you about the fast food chain $20 minimum wage. As you can see, in California, as of April 1st, 2024, this is not an April Fool's joke. All fast food chains in California, and I believe the qualification is fast food chains with over 100 locations across the whole country. If you are operating in California, you are now required. Let me see. Guidance regarding the new minimum wage laws impact on exempt managers and which employers and employees are covered. Most general workers for fast food chains in California with more than, I believe, 100 chains across the entire U.S. now have to pay $20 per hour here in California. And with that has come several price hikes. And it's freaking ridiculous. And I want everybody to understand and really break down the mathematics on this, on why this is so unfair that the companies like McDonald's are raising prices, and it's not proportionate what they raised into how much their profits are versus how much they gave a raise. So they were forced to give a raise. So again, my name is Marco Antonio, and this is Marco Antonio Strategizes. I'm a first-hand restaurant owner and operator, and I was able to grow my business using marketing strategy from $100,000 a year to over $1 million a year in sales. So this is going to be my feedback onto why McDonald's is hamburgering you. So let's get into this. Let's just break down the cost of a Big Mac right now. The local cost, the cost of a Big Mac right now at my local McDonald's Big Mac meal. Let's say that's a Big Mac meal, and they offer the double quarter pounder. So let's look for that because that's gonna have quarter pounder with cheese meal, 15 double quarter pounder with cheese. So just to keep it simple, a double quarter pounder is a half a pound. Let's go out of Sprite, a drink, French fries. So right now in California, I am paying $17.99 for a double quarter pounder with cheese meal. And you're going to get the hamburger, the fries, and the drink. And minimum wage in California, again, is $20 an hour. McDonald's, you have so many systems in place. And this is not just a bash on McDonald's. This is a bash on all huge chains. Like, your profit margins are insane. And you keep on raising your prices the way you do. Also, not to bash the chains, but it's up to us as consumers to, when we set our foots down and we say this is no longer okay, and we stop supporting. So I wanted to give you guys a real true breakdown of what McDonald's is doing. So unlike most companies or most small businesses, if I want to sell anything with potatoes, I will have to go buy it from a grocery chain or restaurant supply chain. And the average price right now for russet potatoes, a 50 pound bag of potatoes is estimation $17 on the high end. And so just going upon that math, at $17 for 50 pounds, not $17 an hour. At $17 divided by 50 pounds, we're looking at 34 cents a pound. Then we are looking at that bag of fries. Let's say you're getting a quarter pound of fries. So that 34 cents, we're going to divide it by 4. We're looking at 9 cents, 0.085. So I'm rounding up. Let's call it 10 cents worth of fries. But keep in mind, McDonald's is vertically integrated. I can almost guarantee it. If not, they have a very significant deal with a partnering company that provides the potatoes for them to be able to make those French fries. So McDonald's is no more on the very high end paying for 10 cents for those potatoes, for those French fries in there. I'm not going to even take into account the packaging for the burger, which is a box, and then we're also going to, the little piece of cardboard and that the fries go into in the plastic cup. Because I already know that I'm far overestimating what the product cost is what they're doing. And because McDonald's is vertically integrated, they are baking their own buns. That's a whole nother cost in house. If we're looking at a 50-pound bag of flour that is being purchased from an average mom and pop shop like me, single location, I don't have 500,000 franchises, locations, negotiation power. So they do. So what you're looking at for these buns, I'm promising you right now, they are not paying $25 for a 50-pound bag of flour. And those buns, I can tell you right now, don't weigh no more than 2 ounces, 3 ounces max. So imagine taking just 3 ounces of flour out of a 50-pound bag at $25. Let's do the math. And we are looking at $25 divided by 50 pounds is 0.5, 50 cents. And divided by 16 ounces, 0.03 cents. So those buns times 3, let's call it 3 ounces. Those buns are at 9 cents. So now we're looking at 10 cents worth of fries, 10 cents worth of buns. And right now, ground beef, because they take ground beef, turn it into a hamburger patty. Ground beef processed is, $3.85 a pound. But again, McDonald's is vertically integrated. They control from where they're harvesting the beef, the ranches, to the processing plant where they're breaking it down. They're not buying ground beef from a local rancher. What they're doing is they are buying the cow, the processing facility, and they are taking entirety parts of that cow and possibly other preservatives and fillers that reduce the cost in these items. So let's say McDonald's is getting their ground beef at $2.50 a pound, which I truly, really believe is what they're paying, if not significantly less. So already at 10 cents for the French fries, or at 10 cents for the buns. We are looking at for this half a pound worth of meat. Let's say McDonald's is paying $1.25 maximum. There's no way that they're paying more than that. I would be struck by lightning if that happened. I'm not asking for it, but until I see the numbers, that's what I truly believe. Anyways, back to the show. We're looking at $1.25 for the meat. We have a little bit of cheese. We have the onions. We have a little dash of mustard and ketchup in there. And lastly, they have a deal with Coke. I pay for fountain soda, and keep in mind, there's a formula to this. They fill this up with ice first. So in that large soda, we are looking at, let's say it's a 24-ounce cup. There's probably only 10 to 12 ounces worth of liquid in there because the rest is ice. So we're looking at about 10 cents because they're getting a great deal in bulk from Coca-Cola for syrup, because they're not buying actual soda. They're having syrup, and it's going through the whole soda machine being made. So I'm going to call it fries, drink, packaging, buns. I'm going to add 35 cents to that $1.25. McDonald's, this double quarter pounder meal, that's $17.99 plus tax. And they strategically did it $17.99 to keep it psychologically for marketing tactics. 1 penny under $18. So you don't save $18. Most people will just say, oh, it's $17. or it's $18, 17.99. Let's just call it $18. Let's just call it what it is. $18. Let's see. 18 minus 135. McDonald's is taking home $16.65 per transaction. And you're going to say, Marco, what about electricity? What about labor cost? What about oils that they need to fry the French fries? And what about the salt? I'm taking all into that account because I did round significantly up because I know McDonald's has such large purchasing power. They have the equipment to recycle and refine their oil so they can get longevity and longer life out of it. I'm not knocking on them for it. I'm just calling it for what it is. It's a great strategy, and we as restaurant owners and operators can learn a few strategies and take a few pages out of their books. I'm just saying, McDonald's, if you're worried about your profits so much and charging $17.99 for a Big Mac, minimum wage is $20 an hour. Either it's your fault for how you operate and manage your employees and staff, and if you're overbooked or overstaffed, then you need to learn how to operate better and systemize more than you have been and account for this. But to pass on a bump this much to the consumer is ridiculous. And I totally don't agree with it. I think it's extremely unethical, and you are you're robbing people. So McDonald's, I know you don't care about people's voices, how it's going to go down, but I'm still going to eat your food too. That's my fault and my curse. But what I see through your BS, and you're really taking a lot of money home. But we're all going to probably still eat McDonald's in our futures and stuff. But everybody needs to be aware. Don't just accept it. Even I need to set my foot down and say, where's the change?